Hello, it's Christy Gray, your newest hype girl and astrologer. Welcome to the Cosmic Hotline.
Hello, stargazers, and welcome to this week's episode of the Cosmic Hotline. I'm coming to you live from the beautiful island of Bali, where I've been immersing myself in a new environment for the last 10 days, or is it almost 2 weeks? I am well and truly losing count. But let me tell you, it has been quite a journey. The first few days were actually a little bit rocky, if I'm honest. It's because I realized I hadn't done anything significant like this in almost 5 years. I've traveled the world and I've actually been to so many amazing places throughout the world on my own. But one of the things that I've definitely noticed since starting a business and having COVID thrown in the mix is I've definitely played it more safe. And I think too, I'm turning 40 this year. And as you get older, you're a little bit more intentional about the decisions you make because you normally have more people to consider, whether it's a partner or a family. But I really have no excuses. What I have found though since being here is it's reignited my lust for life. It's reignited that inner child, that spark, that Leo energy or all the fire energy I have in my chart. And what I have been thinking about a lot and in big soul expansive chats with people that I've been connecting with is to live a high vibrational life, which is what I talk about all the time. It's about how do you make the most out of your life that you've been given. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that today and how that ties into this week's stars, because I think it's really interesting because we're in Taurus season, which is all about mastery and routine, but it's not about becoming complacent. And for me, when I really think about high vibrational energy, that does mean that you need to break away from routine. You need to step outside of your comfort zone from time to time. The other part to this as well, I've been exploring, it also means knowing that you're worthy of treating yourself to a spa day or booking that dream trip, even if it feels out of reach. It's about how do you bet on yourself every single day. And it's interesting because everything that I've been thinking about that's been coming up for me so far is so anchored in Taurus energy and Taurus season. And it's like we can really lean into this energy before we move into the new zodiac season that's on the horizon. Because what this season really teaches us, and has been something I've been thinking about a lot, is how do we luxuriate in our lives? Whatever that looks like, with whoever that looks like, and however that exists for you. So, look, I'm well and truly settled into Bali life right now. I definitely am feeling a sense of freedom that comes with jumping on the back of a scooter to get across town or spending my mornings with a coffee and a croissant overlooking a rice field, which is actually where I wrote the notes for this week's episode. So if this is the reminder that you need this week, I wanted to pass this on to you. And this is my celestial invitation for you, is do something unforgettable for yourself this week. Something that's going to leave a lasting impression in your life. And it's something that you'll be able to take with you into the next zodiac season incoming. Because this is our last week of Taurus season before we move into the fun and flirty sign of Gemini. And speaking of changes, there are 3 big cosmic shifts we need to explore this week. We've got Mercury. Yeah, it's finally going direct. I'm so excited, especially because Mercury is my ruler and we had eclipse season thrown in the mix as well. So there's definitely been a lot of growth and evolution over the last few weeks, especially judging by my Insta DMs. We've also got Jupiter moving into the sign of Taurus. So our Taurians out there, this is going to benefit you. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. You're going to love this one. And last but not least, we have this magnificent new moon in Taurus on the horizon. So, are you ready? let's dive in. So let's start with the most exciting news. Mercury is finally going direct this week, and it goes to direct today when you get this episode, which is Monday, the 15th of May. While we'll still continue to experience its lingering effects over a couple of weeks because it's going to move through its shadow period, I want you to know that things will actually start to lighten, and you're probably starting to feel that already. What I did want to highlight this week, though, is communication starts to speed up because Mercury rules all forms of communication. So it'll feel like you're moving at your usual pace. It's essential to remember not to go back to living life the way you were before. Because if Mercury in retrograde teaches us anything, it's to appreciate life and savor the moment. So Taurus as well. It's really crucial to slow down, to retrace our steps from time to time, so we don't miss any of those really pivotal moments in our lives. So whatever realizations or changes that you've integrated into your life over the last few weeks, take note of them. And I want you to look for ways that you can create cues in your own life so that when life gets busy or life gets overwhelming, that you're reminded of what you learnt during this time. And you can then use this to your advantage as you move through this next quarter. This way, you should, I would hope, feel a sense of personal satisfaction as you work towards living your best life, whatever living your best life looks like to you. If you're here, no doubt you are so invested in bettering yourself on a day-to-day basis. So think of the last few weeks as the cosmic upgrade that you needed to step into a new level of empowerment in your own life. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of your birth chart and understand what makes you, well, you? The Cosmic Hotline is excited to offer a free introduction to astrology with our Intro to Astro. You'll gain an understanding of the planets, zodiac signs, and houses that make up your unique celestial makeup. No prior experience necessary, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned stargazer. With a few insightful prompts, you'll piece together your own natal chart and start to uncover your special blend of magic. And the best part, you'll gain a lifetime of insights that you can return to time and time again. Sign up today by entering your details by the link in the show notes below. Next up, we need to talk about Jupiter moving into the constellation of Taurus. And it's going to be happening this week on May the 17th. And this essentially marks a significant shift for all of us. Now, for my Aries queens out there, or anyone that has significant Aries placements in their natal chart, you've already experienced this expansive, abundant, and wisdom-igniting energy of Jupiter. And you've been able to experience this energy since May of 2021. However, with Jupiter's transit into Taurus, things are about to get turned up a notch when it comes to all of us and our manifestations. Because over the next 2 years, as Jupiter moves its way through the constellation of Taurus, romance, money, and what you adore, right? Anything laying dormant, it's going to take center stage. We're all going to have ample opportunities to reconnect with ourselves, whether it's through embodiment work or finding pleasure when working towards anything that we desire. And also cultivating a little bit more patience than you might be used to. It's definitely a magnetic combination, and it's going to be hailing in a new era of reinvention for all of us. However, with Jupiter moving into the sign of Taurus, it does speak to pleasure. And because Jupiter also can sometimes point to excess, it's important to keep an eye out for food overindulgences or lethargy caused by overdoing it. So find your balance, find your peace, or if you fall off the bandwagon, use the next day to get right back on board. What I do want you to do though is please, if you do anything, it's mark your calendars. And mark your calendars for the 1st of June 2023. As what's going to happen is Jupiter it's going to come and conjunct the North Node. North Node is purpose, destiny, it's North Star. With this combination, it is going to be hailing in a turning point when working towards your destiny. So whether you've always dreamed of going in a certain direction and then that's your opportunity to take the plunge, or whether you're already heading in that direction, it could be your opportunity to actually own it and embrace it. So really take note of what you're thinking and feeling and what is coming up for you from an intuitive perspective around that time. Now, if you are a Taurus sun or you have your ascendant or rising sign in Taurus, you're definitely going to be benefiting the most from this transit, because at some point, if you're a Taurus sun, Jupiter's going to come and conjunct your sun. Or if you're a Taurus ascendant, it means that Jupiter has been transiting the 12th house. It's going to come and conjunct your ascendant, which actually represents a brand new cycle. Depending on whether you're a Taurus sun or an ascendant, the key here is this hasn't happened for you for 12 years. So please, relish in the abundance of this planet. And for the rest of us, we're all going to experience a little bit of magic, you could say, from this transit. And I've got some good news if you're a fixed sign, because I feel like you got dished a cosmic upgrade, most definitely, for quite some time now. So if you're a Leo, a Scorpio, or an Aquarius, you'll get a little bit of an adjustment boost from Jupiter, but it's exactly what you'll need so that you can reap the planet's rewards. We're going to be talking a lot about this combination because it's going to be really impacting us over the next couple of years, but I wanted to give you the 411 to give you some insight as to what will be changing this week. But I can't not tell you about this week's lunation, because we need to talk about the upcoming new moon in Taurus. And that's happening this week on May the 20th. And this particular lunation is going to be happening at 1:53 a.m. Australian time. And you know what? When I was thinking about this episode and what I wanted to share with you about this new moon, I'd love to say I'm going to come in here with some new and innovative wisdom this week. But honestly, that's just not the case. This new moon is an opportunity to integrate and embody everything you've been exploring about Taurus with me over the last few weeks, because the sun and moon are going to meet in the sky at 28 degrees of Taurus. And this really does give us this celestial opportunity to find a moment of peace and to enjoy the little things in life. Whether that's indulging in, tiramisu might be your jam, or whether you're taking some time out of your busy schedule to catch up with a long-lost friend. It's time to say yes to the things that normally make us feel guilty and instead say, you know what? I deserve this because I'm worth it. To help you make the most of this new moon, I'll be sharing mantras, as I always do at each significant lunar cycle, for every single zodiac sign on the gram. If you want to know what area of your chart will be illuminated, your mantras will be highlighting that for you. But what I would invite you to do over the next week is take a moment to stick an affirmation on your mirror, or somehow declare your magnificence to the world, because this new moon is an opportunity to ground yourself in the beauty of Taurus energy and appreciate the abundance and pleasure that life has to offer. I hope this week's episode gave you some serious Taurus season vibes, as things are about to get spicy in the best possible way next week, because next week I'll be back. We're going to be hailing in Gemini season and celebrating all of our Gemini queens out there, and starting to explore what comes with that territory in this fun, flirty, curious, communication-loving way. I want you to have a wonderful week ahead. The energy is definitely so much lighter. So just enjoy this week. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, which is why I wanted you to lean into what comes naturally to you this week and trust what you need at this Taurus new moon. But until next week, you know the drill, babes. Keep exploring the stars within and without.